I have a conundrum. Is it okay to use AI for a game pitch? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Designer Dave, and today I wanted to talk about how do you get funding in order to make a prototype. These days, it's very difficult to get these sorts of things together, and in the past, it's been more of a matter of practicality that the person with the concept ends up doing a lot of work for free and then hiring people and potentially paying them in order to get their concepts ready. And now we're at this interesting point where we have AI. And what I'm starting to see, and I am now sort of in the camp of I also have to do this. I'm finding myself on the side of, if the AI is ethically sourced, I don't see any issue with using it for something like creating a style or creating temporary artwork for use in presentations that might not be a perfect stylistic match, but will help your project move along. So what sort of created this problem is that now I've been doing game pitches and stuff for like 20 years because, you always want to make your own thing. And what I've discovered is effectively that artists don't ever want to work for free, even if you are working for free. So I'm bringing the IP and game design and like all of that knowledge. But when it comes to artists, the expectation is that they would get paid for their work, and often at standard rates, which if you are just pitching something, you have zero, you have nothing. So I would have to pay out of pocket to get the idea done. And then oftentimes the juxtaposition of that is I'll have artists come to me asking me for my advice on game design and things like that, with the expectation that I'll do it for free, for the potential of working on it in the future with them. And it's just interesting because when I come to the artists going, hey, I have this concept, here's the game, I've written all this stuff, there's this whole world, but I haven't done anything on the style yet, and I'm wondering if you'd like to bring your style to the table, and that can be part of the offering, and I'll be 50-50 on it with you, or 25-25, 25-25, or whatever the case may be, if other people are involved. And just like, it's always a no. It's never. There was one yes a long time ago, and they were sort of non-committal about it, and they didn't finish their side of things, and so I've been sort of struggling with, what do I do in these situations? And ultimately, the solution has arrived, and I'm worried because it was so easy, and it makes so much sense to just use the AI to make it happen. Now, I have big problems with AI that were machine learned on artists who did not choose to contribute to it, which always is unethical and shouldn't be done. If you use that art, you're basically stealing. That's theft. But if you have an ethically sourced AI where everyone has contributed to it, and the art is going to be cheaper because you're generating it, you're not working with an artist directly, but they're getting paid because they contributed to this thing, it just makes a lot of sense. I worry about stock footage that uses it sometimes, but and it doesn't suit the purpose that I need it for, which is that I need to have very specific things that I'm showcasing based on whatever the concept is. But the AI makes a lot of sense, and I don't want to show anything yet. I'm afraid this is a test to see what sort of backlash I get on this and what sort of arguments people present. And that's basically what I'm looking for. Is I want to, in the war of ideas, I want to see where people are at, what the feeling is. If I use an ethically sourced AI to generate a pitch, not a game, a pitch, what are the potential ramifications for that in the long term? One person on LinkedIn basically came at me and said, well, you're taking a job that would normally go to a paying artist, and you're taking it away from them. And I'm like, I'm not, because in this particular type of situation where I'm pitching an IP that has no funding yet, there was no money to give an artist. So I was going to instead, and this is what I have often done when I couldn't find an artist who was willing to contribute, is make a mood board. So I just go online and I find the artistic styles that I think suit the IP or whatever I'm working on, and I just put together sort of a mishmash of those art pieces that I can find for the purposes of the pitch, saying this is the stylistic approach that I will have if we get to the funding stage, and I will find an artist who can do this sort of style. So yeah, no artist is losing a job, but if anything, some artist may potentially get paid through an ethically sourced AI, but I really want to know what everyone else thinks about this situation. Like, should I only use artists directly, such as, for example, I have in the past used Fiverr, and I found very low-cost forms of art from there, but now Fiverr is being polluted with artificial intelligence art, and I don't know if those are ethically sourced or not. So it actually seems safer to go with an artificial intelligence that I know is ethically sourced at this point. Anyways, it's a conundrum. I just wanted to put it out there, get your thoughts on it. This is going to my patrons first. If you would like to learn more about game design, please check out this series. If I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.